diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my whole team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like yeah. In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. Yeah, all night like what? Whole squad like yeah. In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. Whole squad like yeah. In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. You don't want problems. You don't want smoke. No, you don't want problems.
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. That's fielded in the end zone.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Right now. 185.
54 Mike. Come on, baby. Come on. Let's go.
Throwing on first down is Carr. That's caught by Waller out left side. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7. Patch. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Go Chiefs. Go Chiefs. Spill.
Now the first-round pick from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
One of my favorite safeties in the league is Harrison Smith. His ability to support in the run game, as we just saw there, that's key, but also can cover deep as well.
But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Well, when we go back to our conversation with the defensive coordinator, that type of a play was not a surprise to him. He expected trickery in this game, yet somehow his defense, they still took the cheese and got caught in the mousetrap.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. 24th pick in the spring by Oakland was Josh Jacobs. Only rushed for 640 yards last year at Alabama, but when you consider the offensive depth chart they had, it makes it understandable. So young, won't turn 22 until February, and they're really hoping that the veteran presence of 30-year-old Doug Martin can be a guiding light for Jacobs. They'll try the air now with Hill. Man open left side, it's Williams. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 45-yard line.
First down, Raiders.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Sponge, Raider 2. No. 93.
Carr. Caught left side, Williams. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 24-yard line. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
At the Vikings 20-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Let's go, King. Big series right here.
Carr defers to Jacobs on the draw. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down.
Ready, ready! 90 Wolf!
Watch it before.
No gain on this defense, no gain.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 23-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
It's complete. Abdullah.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure they didn't give up much run after catch.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. Meanwhile, taking a look at what's going on in KC. And it's the Ravens that have moved out to an early advantage. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
First down, Raiders.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there that sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Hill on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Intercepted. The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called, and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Raiders 7, Vikings 0.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
Jahan, 180.
Blue down, blue down.
Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First down. First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Come on, boy. Come on, boy.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance. Well, he made that catch knowing full well that at the end of it, he's going to catch a pretty good lick.
I guess if there's anyone on this team that can absorb a pop, it's him.
Check 180. Check 55 to Mike. Oh, here we go. Oh.
Yellow.
Mike, 55.
On third down, Cousins.
You got block me.
And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 19.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now Cook. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Cook. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Watch the run, watch the run.
On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Tahir Whitehead with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
A 34-yard attempt.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Gotta like what we're seeing from him so far in this game. This is the 3rd game of the season, and he's already accumulated an AFC Offensive Player of the Week award in this young year.
Yeah, week 2 was his. The announcement came Wednesday that he got that award. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player, not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Everson Griffin on the sack, taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score.
They cannot hold us down. We're going to keep getting sacks.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Let's go, baby.
At their own 21-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3.
That answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Vontez Burfict, the one to get him down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
2nd and 5 now. Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. 16 yards, a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Cousins on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Now Cousins. Flush to his right. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Carl Joseph.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, You can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
Express. Squeeze,
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Throw left side complete. It's Jacobs. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll bring up a second down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play, one-on-one matchup with someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. On first down, Carr. It's a screen to Richard. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's second down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's a 4-receiver look now. 3 of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8. Carr to throw again. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. The Raiders on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. And again, it's Hill. And this thing is blown up defensively. They will not get a throw-off on the trick play, and that'll go down as a sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, it's grateful to be in the ball. And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. Maurice Hurst, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. To throw is Cousins. Completes it right side to Dodson. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
And on 3rd and 3, they decided to go with a dime package. Yeah. 6 DBs.
Yeah, you're right. They've got 6 out there. Cousins to throw it. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Clemson, Trayvon Mullen. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Offensive line wasn't set. There's the flag, and 5 yards back they go.
Quarterback has to look around and make sure that his team is ready to go. Sometimes the quarterbacks go faster than is necessary.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here's Jacobs. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. That was huge after being behind the chains on 1st down to make this 2nd very manageable.
Yeah, how much pride do you have in an offense on 1st down to get that kind of yardage? because it actually opens up your playbook on second down. You can run it, you can throw it, you keep a defense off balance. I like that phrase, stand ahead of the chains, and they're doing exactly that.
Check 55 to Mike.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line.
That's it, baby.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Ready up.
55. Right there in the middle. 55. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Let's go.
They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. Running is Jacobs. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They run it with Jacobs. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Xavier Rhodes makes the tackle.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
54. Watch the curve. Watch the curve. Pick the edge. Pick the edge. Come. Kill. You go take. You got
Topper.
Kill.
Now they'll throw with Carr. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the first.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
That's 50. Plant.
And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Carlson on for the PAT. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
He's checking crap. Check 3.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score.
Check three.
Zebra.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And it's incomplete, but a flag is down here, so hang on. Let's see what we've got. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. My goodness, it'll be a disastrous loss on the play. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain.
And that's why you spend a first-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
Down. 15, Lonnie. 15 line. 54. Drop. 6 guys. X3. 218. Chopper. 5.
On first down, Jacobs. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with...
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
On 2nd down now, it's Jacobs. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
And Anthony Barr just has it all as far as I'm concerned in terms of physique, athletic ability, and now he's versatile as well. When he came out of UCLA, he'd played outside linebacker, but also down defensive end. The Vikings can utilize those same sort of skills.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
The Raiders do snap it. It's Carr. And that is incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Kirk Cousins last year started all 16 games but only led the Vikes to just one fourth-quarter comeback like he's trying to do here. On the carry, it's Cook. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interception.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by
Cousins. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up 3rd down. Charles, I think back to your earlier statement about the visitors being the underdogs needing to win that turnover battle. And this defense, they forced 2 turnovers so far, a big reason why they lead this game.
Yeah, and I know defenses always talk about getting turnovers in bunches, getting those takeaways. 2's not a bunch, but it's plenty in this game, exactly the formula they need. And I got to tell you, partner, I like it when you think back to something I said that actually comes true. It's actually right.
It happens more often than you might think. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage, so as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
From the 29, Cousins. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick, and he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
On 2nd and 11 now, Carr. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. He's airing it out for Williams. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And 3 interceptions in this game. I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4's kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. On 2nd and 2, Cousins dancing to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, Frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play of this football game.
It's going to be a long day.
Throwing his Cousins. Incomplete, right side, the tight end Rudolph. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Cousins now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. Tyre Whitehead, top 10 in tackles last year, up to make the play.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. 2nd and 5 now. Cousins. And Cook has it, left side. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we got a 1-score game.
That's it, baby.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going.
Good route here.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. To hear Whitehead in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Partner, you absolutely cannot take a sack in that situation. Now, it's also 4th down.
And down by 5. They've got to go for it here on 4th down. Now Cousins on 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Raider D, they get the football back. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. Ben Gideon in on the stop. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Jacobs. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A gain of 13. It's a first down. They'll run on first down. Jacobs. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I got you, punk. Under 10. Go.
On 2nd down, Jacobs shelling through the defense. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. The tackle made there by Harrison Smith. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 9. He'll pitch it back. Fighting through. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
All right, just go ahead and say it with me. That was
a mistake,
yes,
for sure.
Without a doubt, because at some point, put your foot in the ground, get upfield, and get down protecting the ball. don't go out of bounds, because when you go out of bounds, you're really just helping the defense.
Yeah, not to be too hyperbolic, but it's like giving the D an extra timeout, isn't it?
It certainly is. Gives them a chance to regroup, and it means you have to snap the ball in additional time, which always means the possibility of a mistake.
The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. 11 yards there, 1st down. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Raiders, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll have another road date next week with the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh, there with the